Good evening. I'd like to welcome everybody to the Refuge Parish Police Jury Standing Committee meeting today. Today is December the 1st, 2024. Roll call, please.
Mr. Moran?
Present.
Mr. Bishop?
Here.
Mr. Smith? Mr. Nelson? Mr. Borlaug?
Here.
Mr. Overton?
Here.
Mr. McLaughlin?
Here.
Mr. Giles?
Here.
Mr. Scott? You have a quorum.
Thank you, ma'am. If there are any public comment on any agenda item, please raise your hand or stand and we'll recognize you at that time. We're moving to our first committee chairman, is Mr. Bubba Morrow.
Thank you, Mr. President. Finance Committee is now in session. It's Rachel Burke from 2024. If anyone has any comment on any thing that's on the finance agenda this afternoon, you may step to the podium and will be recognized. Not. Number 2, consider the treasurer's report.
Gentlemen, I've placed the treasurer's report in front of you. Please review it. Let me know if you have any questions. Also, I've laid an additional paper there on the standing of our, from the findings of our audit from last year.
Okay, gentlemen, you have questions, comments from the treasurer? Bills paid, everything good?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, appreciate the report. Item number 3 is a motion to send a certain motion to purchase 2 vehicles. Second. Refuge Fire District number 2, we have a motion and we have a second. Any discussion? There being no discussion, all in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, like sign. Yes, sir.
See where they were ordered incorrectly, the vendor ordered them incorrectly. That's it.
So, it was no fault of our own,
Yeah.
the department. They ordered, and whenever they placed the order, they got 2-wheel drives instead of 4-wheel drives. And so they had to send them back.
Okay.
Okay. All in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item number 4 is a motion to authorize participation in an auction date to be determined and requested. Motion second, discussion. No discussion, all in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item number 5 is a motion to delete from the Refuge Parish sales and use tax asset inventory. Equipment listed below, and you can see the equipment. And we have a motion, we have a second. Does anybody have any discussion? There being no discussion, all in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. The motion carries. Item number 6 is a motion to delete from Ward 9 Recreation Park asset inventory following equipment. You can see the equipment below. And we have a motion, and we have a second. Discussion. There being no discussion, all in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. The motion carries. Item number 7 is a motion to authorize an amendment to the concession agreement between the Refuge Parish Police Jury and the Louisiana Workforce Commission. We have a motion and we have a second. Is there any discussion? There Hearing no discussion, all in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 8 is a motion to transfer the responsibility of one enterprise fleet management lease 2022 Chevrolet Malibu from Life JDC Juvenile Probation to the Rapides Parish Sales Tax Office.
Move it.
It's recommended by the chief judge, the sales tax administrator. And we have a motion by Mr. Overton. Do I have a second? Seconds, discussion. There being no discussion, all in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. The motion carries. Does anyone else have anything to bring before the finance committee this afternoon? If not, Mr. President, that will conclude the finance committee.
Thank you, Mr. Moore. The next committee chairman is Mr. Trey Smith.
Thank you, Mr. President. Public Works, Watershed, and Agriculture Affairs Committee is now in session. If there's any public comment on any agenda item, please stand when that item comes up. Item number 2 is the Public Works Director's report.
Gentlemen, you have your director's reports in front of you. Please take a look at them and let me know if you have any questions. I also have your schedules in front of you. I did want to let y'all know that we've got all of our guys cutting grass came back. We got one new guy. Same crew as last year. So that's a good thing. And then also they've started. They're out cutting grass. I'll do it. You mind if I do it a little quick? There we go. So north of the river right now, they're in District 8, and they're going to come around this area. They come around to the Wardville area and up through Joe and then up the creek. In the meantime, we have contractors out in C, so we're going to have them cut a few roads while they're coming around too. But you see some results there. When they get out to District C, we're going to have some contractors kind of hit A, because it takes over a month to get through C. And so, you see what I'm saying? When it comes, that'll keep it kind of stabilized there or lower. Kind of doing the same thing on this side of the river. We started in District I. I sent some guys out last week cutting over there. We've been cutting boulevards, get those done, and then moving into E. They're going to be out there for a while. It's a large area, so they'll be out there for quite a while. And I sent a boom tractor over and Mr. McLaughlin's area, and so we're covering that. In Area 3, they started Mr. Overton's area, and then they're going to move out to H2. We're going to have some contractors out in that area. We're going to jump back over to 5, Ward 5, 6, and then 4. So that's the path we're going to follow on the next couple. And then we'll just do it all over again. So all the tractors are running. We only have one boom tractor down here in Alexandria. So we're going to waiting on a part for a valve. So, but not one of the grass cutting tractors. So. Any questions on that?
Any other questions? We're gonna move on to item number 3, is receive an update from Mr. Matt Johns on building code and permits, PC.
Good afternoon, guys. Thank you for your time. We got a report in front of you with all your other papers. Looks like this. On the back side is the easiest way to interpret that is your monthly new development permits. And you'll see that we're a little below average. It was really disheartening to see March fall off the way that it did. You typically have a good spike in March. We went way downhill. I'm hoping that that's just a one-off, not a trend. And if you look back on the other side with all the numbers, just the highlighted portion, which is the first quarter of the year, I do want to point out that all of these numbers, no one metric is an end-all be-all. If you really want to understand like what's pushing and what's pulling, you have to look at everything individually. So if you're just looking at total permit numbers, you'd be like, man, we're really, really low. But if you look at the total development cost, you see that it's not quite as bad. And you'll notice with the chart versus what you're seeing on the page here, February was a little bit above average, but if you look at the actual numbers, the development cost was substantially lower than average, and even the fees generated through that lower than average. It just so happened that our new development permits, which is made up of residential new construction, commercial new construction, manufactured homes, and modular homes, was one above what the average had been. But that's not a great indicator. So again, just want to make sure you guys understand no one metric is a perfect measurement, but you've got everything here to look at. I'm happy to answer any questions if you got them. All right,
Matt, thank you.
thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
Matt.
Move on to item number 4, is a motion to extend parish maintenance on AB Quarter Road, Ward 11, District C, 1/10 of a mile, recommended by Public Works. Just to go over there, on our books, it showed it was a 9/10, so when we got to measure, it's a full mile, so we're gonna correct everything. Any other questions? Not all in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carries. Item number 5 is a motion to approve striping of McNary cutoff and Melder cutoff within village limits of McNary. Have a motion, second, any further discussion? Not all in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed, motion carries. Mr. President, that concludes Public Works, Watershed, and Agricultural Affairs Committee.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. The next committee chairman is Mr. Ernest Nelson.
Thank you, Mr. President. Workforce Development Grant Committee, public comments on the agenda upon this, which voted on this to be taken. Is there anyone with something on the agenda? All right. Number 2, I need to receive an update from Kim Boyle on grants administrated by RAPC.
Mr. Nelson, if you don't mind, Kim's out sick today, but she did email me her report. You guys have a copy of it. We shortened it down a little bit. Last time it was 4 pages. We tried to be a little more succinct this time for you. Some red highlights at the top to kind of break down the different projects. For Hurricane Gustav projects, which was originally Masonic Drive and now been amended to include Bayou Roberts or Penny Acres, as well as the Greenway Park acquisition, we're still awaiting approval from GOSEP, although they've been working with the representatives there for a while to get the engineering invoices paid for the phase 1 work. If Meyer's in the house, we're hunting them down, I promise. We're doing our best to get that money for you. Hurricane Laura, second project, current elevation project, still under review with FEMA. Not a ton to talk about there. FEMA will hold on to these things forever, going through the review process. It's a long process. Third one down is the Hometown Revitalization and Resilient Communities Infrastructure Grant Program. Did get the proposal submitted on time. On the 25th, y'all were notified that it was with the committee. There'll be a meeting the next day. You can see the rest of the comments there. Nothing really to report other than we got it in on time. And then lastly, all the RAPC managed projects underneath there, FMA 2019, all properties are completed. At the meeting in January, Kim had mentioned that we had documentation we were trying to get from the final 2 properties, and that would allow us to submit everything to close out. And that's actually kind of fast. I mean, considering that it was 50 out of 60 properties I'm sorry, I'm switching projects on you. Forgive me. That's not very fast. We've had faster projects. For FMA 2020, the remaining 8 properties listed under the amendment request, still under review, waiting approval. That's kind of the story of the day. Everything's still waiting either to go separate FEMA. 2021 says unable to get a response from the homeowners, so we're gonna have to withdraw that one. So we only had 4 for 2021, so now we're down to the 3 that are gonna be participating. FMA's flood mitigation assistance, I've mentioned to Kim to try to do less with the acronyms so that we would all know what we were talking about day after day. But that's the flood mitigation assistance program for 2022. Still under review with FEMA, same song story, and we are gearing up for the 2023. I'm sorry, it was submitted on time, but we're gearing up for 2024. And we actually have a dozen projects for that one. It's not written on here, but I had it in a separate email, sorry. The 2024 projects, we have about a dozen that we think are going to be eligible if we can get them, if they want to volunteer to participate. That's everything from Kim. I won't be able to answer anything too intelligently, but if you have something, I'll try. Thank you, Mr. Nelson.
Number 4, motion to,
3.
Motion to authorize 5 District 4 holiday village.
Second.
Any comments? All in favor? Number 4, motion to refer authorization of 5 District number 18 to submit application assistant 5 grants.
Second.
All in favor?
Before you go too far, Mr. Nelson, Mr. President, I'd like for the send a letter off in support. They're doing a fantastic job. They already have their money for matching funds. They do have that. They're staying real close to their budget. And they do a fantastic job. That's for, that's a relative new station. And they're doing a fantastic job. So they're gonna need a little help with equipment. So anything we can do is for sending off a letter in support. Greatly appreciate it. Thanks, sir.
Number 5, motion to adopt resolution to professional service to update the master plan, airport layout plan.
Second.
Funded by Federal Aviation Admission, State of Louisiana.
Move.
All in favor? Number 6, motion to authorize president to sign contract between the Rapides Parish Police Jury Department of Public Safety and Corrections and Office of Juvenile Justice to allow Ninth Commission District Court
Move.
to participate. All in favor?
Aye.
That seems our report for this, workforce committee.
Thank you, Mr. Nelson. The next committee chairman is Mr. Jay Snyder. Mr. Jay is not present today, so I'll take this committee. Tourism, Economic Planning and Development Committee is in session. Is there any public comment on any agenda item? You see, nothing on the agenda, so this concludes this committee. Your next committee chairman is Mr. Sean McLaughlin.
Thank you, Mr. President. Courthouse Coliseum Legal Committee is now in session. April 1st, 2024. If there's any unreadiness, please stand up and we will recognize you. Cover the podium. Number 2, receive an update on the courthouse and the Coliseum. I think Shane's not here. They had a busted sprinkler head at the Coliseum, so I think he may be out there. And then there's no one here from the Coliseum today. That Mr. Reno is still recovering from his surgery. I do know we have a rodeo and a concert coming up this month. The ticket sales for the concert are going fairly well, and I'm not sure about the ticket sales for the rodeo. Is there anyone have any questions about the courthouse? I do want to tell you that the windows are being cleaned. They had to stop for a minor delay. The lift that they had was not high enough to reach some of the windows, but they will come back and finish. If someone has called you asking about window cleaning, we will clean all the windows. But they had to get a new piece of equipment to reach the higher elevations.
That's empty courthouse.
Moving on to number 3, a motion to authorize the remodeling of the police administration entrance to create secure entrances with lobby seating for patrons.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion passes.
Thank you, Mr. McLaughlin. Your next committee chairman is Mr. Danny Borland.
Thank you, Mr. President. Partial Board Liaison and Municipal Library Committee is now in session. Is there any public committee on this agenda upon which is a vote to be taken? There being none, we'll move on to number 2. Receive quarterly update on the library on South Street office. Please.
Good afternoon, how are you all today? Good to see y'all. You'll see in front of you, you all should have an event guide, and then you should have a God fact sheet that's back in front. So as you all know, we've just completed the first quarter of 2024 at the library, and we have several ongoing projects right now. We have our new juvenile card project, where parents can determine one of 3 card levels of access for their children. So that's something new we've just rolled out, and we're going to get those all implemented by June the 1st. We have some ongoing partnerships with the Alexandria Zoo, with some of the farmers markets, and with several of our other local entities. The most successful lately has been with the Rapides Parish School Board. We just completed a reading challenge where the students at Peabody Montessori read the most per student of any of the other schools in the parish, and so they received a celebration provided by the superintendent and the school board. It was a very nice event, so that was a really good partnership. They utilized our Beanstack software, and we helped them to spread the word about how to do the logging. This benefits the library because in turn, those children can now easily register whenever we have our summer reading program up and running in about a month and a half. So, we also are in the midst of a branches spring cleaning. We're doing a little bit of elbow grease, getting a little elbow grease going at all of our branches. We're doing some brief closures so that we can go in, do some deep carpet cleanings, and also clean windows, clean all of the woodwork, and do a more deep clean and thorough clean. We of course clean on a weekly basis, but this is something a little bit more intensive, and we're trying to do that about once every 6 months, something more intensive, particularly with the carpet. So that seems to be going well. We have our adult literacy initiative that has rolled out, and we have, right now, I believe we have about 10 learners and the same number of tutors, as well as a group of tutors who are at the ready to assist whenever we have some more interested learners. So that is a program to assist adults with learning how to read. We had, of course, recently our opening for the Central Louisiana African American Culture and Heritage Center. That went very well. We had well over 400 attendees. And if you were not able to attend, the feature on LPB regarding that aired this past weekend, and it is now available on their website. It's Art Rocks. So if you search LPB Art Rocks, it'll be the last episode that pops up. It aired at 8:30 p.m. this past Friday, and then again at 5:30 on Saturday. So it's now on their website. If anybody's interested, of course, Mr. Overton was one of our honorees, and I think it was an enjoyable event and very well attended, very well supported by the community. So we have, of course, just completed also our Easter basket read-off. We have 2 winners who were selected from each of our branch locations, and that also went over very well. We had a lot of participants, a lot of kids who read a lot of books in order to win a chance to get an Easter basket. So lots of happy kids with Easter baskets. That was great. And then, of course, the RPSB reading challenge, our farmers markets, we're still going strong, showing up at some of our assisted living centers. We also have some of the centers for the developmentally disabled who are coming in to do specialized programming at our libraries, particularly our library employees. So we've seen a lot of engagement. So we are expanding. Our staff members just attended a workshop on accommodations and sensory and disability awareness. So we're trying to implement some more programming that will fit the needs, because there has been a displayed need from individuals and interest from the people who are providing care. So we're looking at advancing that right now. And of course, we're increasing our school visits. We like to call this our outreach season because there's lots of community events and we try to be at all of them. So that's been a lot of fun. And then of course, next week is National Library Week. Thank you all for issuing the proclamation declaring it National Library Week in Rapides Parish, as well as Rapides Parish Library Week. So we appreciate that very much. If anyone is interested in having a hamburger or hot dog with us on that Tuesday, we're going to be doing a staff picnic lunch. Our staff association gets together, we do everything, and then several of us deliver meals. So if any of you are interested in stopping by, just give me a call and I'll set that up. Y'all can have a burger with us, or y'all can help deliver, or just sit and visit. If you'll flip over your sheet, you'll see on the back, we just finished submitting all of our statistics for 2023, and as I was looking at them, there were 5 different facts that really stood out for me. And the ones that have asterisks by them are significant increases from last year. A lot of our numbers stayed the same and stayed stable, which is a good thing, because we are looking at keeping our numbers for circulation of physical materials. We want those to stay steady, but we also want to increase our numbers for programming and for digital and for people visiting our locations, because as you all know, libraries are community hubs and we're doing a lot more than just checking out books. We saw 4,728 new card holders. That was over 1,000 more new card holders than the previous year. So that was a significant uptick. Right now we have 72,831 card holders. And those are purged for inactivity every 3 years. So those are people who are using their cards, who are active with the library and using the card. And our parish population is around 128, 29,000, so that's not too bad. I'd love to see that number be 100%, but we can work towards it. We have had 273,000 visits to our physical locations. That was about a 4% increase over last year. So we're seeing more people coming into the libraries. We're seeing more people using the spaces for community connection, for hosting meetings, for booking spaces, and for using the Wi-Fi, which you'll see, I'll skip a little to the number 5. We had 22,197 wireless internet usage sessions, and that was a significant uptick from last year. That was about 10%. So we're seeing more people coming in and using the library for all kinds of purposes. Like I said, from meetings, from business. We see a lot of people who are coming in and using our fax and printing services, holding all kinds of meetings, things of that nature. We had 2,300 programs, and we saw 43,000 attendees. So that was pretty significant. It was about, it's terrible to say, oh, that's just the same as it was about last year, but yeah, it's about the same as last year. We're seeing, over 40,000 plus attendees at our programs, over 2,000 programs. So yeah, that's really good. It's consistent. And of course, we had 324,484 item circulations, and we have a little over 400,000 items right now in our collection. So we're looking good. We're strong. We have a lot of community support. We're very thankful for that, and we're really thankful for the involvement and support you guys have with our libraries. Any questions? Yes, sir.
As you hear and see that those numbers are way up in the previous year, and that's because of the program she has brought into Parish Parish and the Parish Library. That's why those numbers are up, and people are attending the library. Hats off to you for the program. Mike Rocks was a big hit, had about 400 people inside, but there were another 150 outside. Right. So it was well attended, and I guess I assume it well viewed, and put Parish Parish on the map because it went all over the whole state. LPP, Lafayette, New Orleans, Baton Rouge, so big hit. And thank you for your service to us. We appreciate what you're doing for us, put this on the map.
Well, like I said, I can't do it without the support from all y'all and the support from the community. In 2022, our community voted overwhelmingly for our tax. That never happens. We had almost a 70% approval rating on a tax. So that gave me a commission that I need to go out there and I need to work hard for our people here because they have faith in us. And we have a fantastic library and a fantastic staff and the support we need. So thank y'all.
Thank you. Good job.
Thank you.
Great job.
Thank you.
Okay, on number 3, motion to enter into agreement with the University of Louisiana and on Louisiana State Manor.
Second.
Motion? Second. Any comments? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Number 4, make appointment to Refuge Area Planning Commission Board.
Mr. President, I'd like to nominate Mr. Danny Warlaw for APC.
Second.
You ready, so we ought to take it.
Make appointment to the Transportation Police Policy Committee. Mr. President, I'd like to nominate Mr. Holcomb.
I'll second.
Second, any comments? Questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. And that's all I have, Mr. President.
Hey, thank you, Mr. Bordelon. Your next committee chairman is Mr. Allen Overton.
Thank you there, Mr. President. Personnel Election and Health Committee for April 1st, 2024. It's no April Fool Day. Any public comment on any agenda item which there's a vote to be taken? Please raise your hand and step to the podium, and we'll go from there. Number 2 is motion to proclaim the week of May the 5th to the 11th, 2024 Public Service Recognition Week. Motion, have a second. Any questions or comments? There being none, all those in favor by saying aye? Aye. Any opposed, like sign. Item number 3, motion to create a part-time maintenance position. A co-chair recreation department not to exceed 27 hours per week, hourly rate, 14 hours per hour. Do we have a motion? Motion second. Question, comments? All those in favor by saying aye? Any opposed, like sign. Item number 4, motion to approve 2% hourly rate increase effective March 24, 2024. Effective active part-time maintenance technician for the Rapides Parish Courthouse Maintenance Department. I have a motion, I have a second. Are there any questions, comments? There being none, all those in favor by saying aye? Aye. Any opposed, like sign. President, if anyone has anything else to come before this committee today, please raise your hand and step to the podium. There being none, Mr. President, that concludes my committee.
Thank you, Mr. Oakley. The next committee chairman is Mr. Parish from Giles.
Thank you, Mr. President. The Insurance, Ambulance, Fire, Homeland Security Committee is now in session. Is there any public comment on any agenda item which there be a vote be taken? Please step to the podium. There being none, we'll move on to item agenda number 2. Motion to receive required report from Katie Ellis on her contract for February 2024. Got a motion? Got a second? Questions, comments? All in favor say aye. Aye. Motion passes. Item agenda number 3. Motion to enter into a joint use agreement between Rapides Fire District Number 5, Oak Hill Volunteer Fire Department, Louisiana Department of Agriculture and Forestry. I got a motion. Second. Question, any comments? All in favor say aye. Aye. Motion passes. Item agenda number 4. Motion to waive the insurance requirement for sewer effluent discharge permit at 112 Carolyn Lane, Alexandria, Louisiana, for Mr. Clifford. You got a motion, you got a second, questions, any comments? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion passes. Item agenda number 5, motion to adopt a resolution determination for declaration of a state emergency in Rapides Parish, regionally declared. Got a motion, second, question, comments? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion passes. There's no other business in this committee.
Thank you, Mr. Justice. Is there any other business? Please, I'm not going to do a motion to adjourn. Thank you for attending
We want to thank all our viewers for tuning in this evening.